Effective November 5th, 2026, Square is going to be terminating every merchant in their database that sells any type of CBD or hemp-derived products, no matter what type of platform that you use, whether the POS, the mobile unit, or processing transactions through your website.
What exactly is Square changing right now?
Yeah, what Square is changing is they are officially getting out of the CBD industry effective November 5th, 2026. They sent out a massive newsletter and notification to every merchant in their database that is a part of their CBD beta program. That's been a program for about 8 years now. And they are essentially stating if you are keeping CBD, any type of CBD or hemp-derived product on your website, November 5th, they will be terminating you fully. So if you want to keep Square, you got to move and remove every type of CBD or hemp-derived product before November 5th, 2026. If you keep it on by then, you will no longer have a Square merchant account.
Why now? Why are they making this change right now?
Yeah, Square and a lot of processors are making this change right now because in the big beautiful bill, there was language built into it that really changed the 2018 Farm Bill that was passed involving hemp. And what's essentially going on as of this moment, it was recently pushed, but as of this moment, by November 12th, any hemp-derived product that's above 0.30% total THC, not just Delta 9, but total THC, is essentially becoming a Schedule 1 narcotic again. So we're going to pre-2018 Farm Bill age again after 8 years of a strong hemp industry growing. So that is what's going on. There's a lot of rumors it's been pushed to December 11th as of this moment. Everyone's going to keep trying to push it since it will be pretty detrimental to the industry as a whole. But that is what's going on now is there is a big change going on from the bill that is essentially updating the 2018 Farm Bill specific to hemp.
Is Square banning only products like Delta 8 THCA or other hemp products? Does this affect traditional CBD businesses as well?
Yes, so Square is banning every single type of CBD or hemp-derived product. It's not just THCA, Delta 8, or anything that essentially brought the total THC level above 0.30%, because that's really where within the 2018 Farm Bill, everything was okay. As long as the Delta 9 THC was below 0.30%, any of the other THC levels, THCA, Delta 8, Delta 10, HHC until recently, all of those could be above 0.3% because the Delta 9 is really all that mattered per the 2018 Farm Bill. So what's essentially going on is everything besides products under 0.3% D9 is potentially going to become a Schedule 1 narcotic. And that's why Square is just choosing to completely get out of the industry as a whole, because who knows what might change, what might not. They are not a high-risk shop and have these type of bodies, AI, whoever, to be able to pay attention to the changing compliance levels of products that they've been in a beta program. So that's why they said, clean slate, no more CBD products, hemp products, nothing affiliated with that industry, effective November 5th, 2026.
Is the entire Square account at risk if this doesn't get removed? And right, they have to remove every single product mentioned of everything?
Yeah, the entire Square merchant account for any merchant that has any type of CBD or THC from hemp-specific product, which includes Delta 8, Delta 9 products, Delta 10, THCA, all of those products effective November 5th, if they are still on any type of Square account, whether it's the point of sale, the mobile reader, or the actual website, Square will be deactivating your account to have the ability to accept payments through their platform. So it's imperative that you do find another provider, we can help, and move off well before then, because that deadline is coming quickly and it'll be here before we know it, especially with the holidays coming. You do not want to be scrambling heading into November.
So right now, what should a CBD or hemp merchant using Square be doing?
Right now, any type of merchant that is accepting CBD or any type of hemp-derived product through Square should be looking for companies like Vector Payments, because we work directly with every processing bank that is fully aware of the industry, They understand the do's and don'ts, understand the nonstop changes in compliance. And we can help get you a compliant merchant account where you are directly underwritten by the bank versus running on the Square rails. So you're never going to be bundled together with everybody like you are now. And even if December 11th comes and you're not allowed to sell THCA anymore, Delta 8, etc., the processors out there that we'll be able to help you with are still okay with all the other hemp-derived products that are compliant per the updated bill. So you need to find another processor immediately and we can help you.
How difficult of a process is that for someone that needs to switch to Vector Payments?
The process to switch away from Square to a company like Vector Payments is simple. Once you find us, which we're everywhere to help, we will outline exactly what is needed to submit the application fully to the underwriters. And my team and I will oversee everything. So you're busy enough, you handle your day-to-day, we'll handle everything on the back end with the new processing bank for you. And we will get to the point to where you are on mile 26, you just have the last 0.2 to run in this new approval marathon. And we're gonna be there every step of the way. So you're not out in left field like you really are with the Squares of the world. You have your consigliere in Vector Payments to assist you every step of the way with payments as a whole.
If it were you, what would you look for when you're out there researching, what do I do now? Like, what are the things that you look for to try to make a switch, to a new company like Vector?
Yeah, a couple of key points that I would look for if I was a merchant currently processing with Square selling hemp or CBD products is the individual that I'm talking to, do they understand the difference between Delta 8 and Delta 9? Do they understand the differences in the hemp-derived products, whether there's THC or not? And how experienced are they? Are they just getting into it? Do they even know what's coming in, November, December? How educated are they? And how much do they really care to look out for your business, not only now, but also, a couple months from now or heading into next year when there will be more challenges at hand? So it's making sure that you are partnering with the next company that wants to build a long-term structure with you and not just focus on the now. We're focusing on years down the road. Business is your lifeline. So we're going to partner with you and build something special together and make sure you can maintain as well.
Why is this industry, why are they getting treated differently right now? Like, this is a pretty massive shift. It doesn't, fair. Nothing's fair. But it doesn't really seem right that this is such a massive shift to overall everything. Why is this happening to them now?
Yeah, it's going on right now where CBD and hemp businesses are essentially backtracking 8 years to pre-2018 Farm Bill for multiple reasons. But for starters, when you start to really take out portions of Big Pharma's revenue, because a lot of the hemp products combat what Big Pharma offers you. So you don't have to have pills. You don't have to do, going through different medicines. You can do it the more, organic way, do it the more natural way. So CBD and hemp products have definitely started to combat the Big Pharma products and Big Pharma industry. It's also big alcohol. It's cannabis is another piece to that as well. But, when big alcohol starts to see their numbers dip, and majority of people that read the news or read X or anything in between, they see that alcohol numbers have dipped significantly from millennials and the other generations below it or before them. So, it's combating some of the biggest industries of our lifetimes. So, it's always going to have some type of friction that's there. But also, I believe that it's just kind of the next step into getting closer to federal legalization for marijuana, or something that loosens the marijuana industry a little bit more. Because any type of hemp-derived product that can get you that high feeling, which THCA can definitely do that. Some of the Delta 9 products can, Delta 8. That is a direct competitor to the legal marijuana industry. And there's a ton of tax revenue in states that are legal for marijuana. So what happens if they get rid of their biggest competitor? They're going to drive up more sales because consumers still need to get that feeling. They need to have that sensational high or anything else in between for their vice or just something that gets them through the day. So if the hemp industry is gone and those are the products they used to have, next man up per se, and that's unfortunately either the legal industry or the proper industry, which is the legal cannabis industry.
Got it. And if you are someone that's running one of these businesses, what is the biggest mistake they could make? What would you alert people to is don't do this?
Yeah, if I was running a CBD business right now, one of the biggest mistakes that I could do is, wait till the last minute. Wait till the end of October, wait till Halloween to move off of Square if I especially do a lot of business on the Square platform. Because as we head into November, especially if there's no changes right now in DC, a lot of processors are going to be taking their time to underwrite new business. They're going to make sure you understand, you have your COAs, which are the lab results. So do not wait. You need to act now. Square is not the best program, especially if you're doing, volume over $10,000 a month. The direct programs are much better and you get actual people you can talk to. The other thing is, if you run a retail storefront, come November, you want to make sure that you are selling out of these products, because if there again are no changes with this new bill, and you cannot legally sell THCA, Delta 8, anything above 0.30% total THC, you don't want to be the one that's made an example of by the state or any type of 3-letter agency in DC, because it's going to happen. You'll get raided. The business will be done when you can adapt and get different products and still be open on a compliant level. So don't wait, and don't sell products under the table, because you will get caught.
So I'm a business owner that's selling these products. My thing is I love Square. It's so easy, right? What do you say to a business owner that says, hey, I don't want to do this. I'm going to, what are the pros and cons of me trying to stick it out?
Yeah, a lot of business owners love Square because it's easy to set up. It's a name that for the last 12 years, you think of a in-person POS and you think Square, right? They obviously do online too, but their claim to fame has been their POS and face-to-face or card-present transactions. But there's a lot of negatives to the program as well, because number one, it's really the assembly row, right? You sign up, this is what you get. But if you're in any type of medium to high risk industries, which CBD and hemp industry is definitely one of those, especially now, you need a little bit more of a hand-holding process and a little bit more people in your corner. You shouldn't be a number on the assembly line. You are the merchant. It's the specific name and it is your business lifeline. So you need to make sure that you have someone backing you and available. So, and rest assured, everybody else that's out there is going to get you that extra level of support, along with POSs that are agnostic, meaning they can't tell you can or cannot sell products. They just focus on the software and you run your business. That's how it should be as a business owner. And also at the same time, from a rate perspective, there's a lot more competitive rates out there as well, especially if you're processing consistent and solid volume. Everything is negotiable, as they say. So that's what we can help you with. And the mindset of Square is the best, everyone else is second, that's years ago in arrears. That's not something that you will have to worry about.
Got it. And a business owner receives a notice letting them know this is going to happen. Or they're seeing it right in their world that this is coming. What should they do right now?
Yeah, there's a lot of business owners that are receiving these notifications. They first sent out a mass notice to every single merchant that's ever been in their CBD program database. And another probably couple weeks, they're going to start honing it down to specifically who is still actively processing. But if you are currently in that program, you're currently processing cards, whether you're doing a couple $1,000s a month or a couple $1 million a month, the time is act now, right? And you need to get out there and you need to find another solution, because what we can provide to you here, we get you online integrations directly to your website, piece of cake, and my team will help you across the board. You also have POS options that can get you the inventory, time clock management, loyalty and rewards, all that's available and you own it. So that is all available to you. And even if you just need a regular terminal, a regular mobile reader, there's multiple features available, and it's all backed by processing banks that fully understand the hemp industry. Square's back-end bank didn't even necessarily give the okay to operate in the CBD industry. They did it because of the opportunity from 8 years ago, and they took the risk. But if you get any of these notifications, and we get people every day that has received one of these, you need to act immediately. Don't panic. Just come to us and we will make sure to walk you every step of the way.
And I imagine you are talking to a lot of different business owners, right? So if I'm the business owner and I call you, how do you treat me? How do you handle this conversation if I call you and I say, hey, this is happening, I want to work with you, but can you fill me in on, where you stand and what's happening?
Yeah, if you're a business owner that got one of these notices and you're panicking a little bit and you call us, for starters, we're going to wrap that blanket around you. Everything's okay. Number one, you got the right company because we are ready for what's coming right now, what's available now, and what's coming in the future. We are ready for it all. So we're going to literally tell you exactly what to do. And as soon as you get that over to us, just a couple basic documents, it's called KYC, know your customer. So, ID, check, processing statements, obviously COAs, as I've mentioned before, which certificate of analysis, lab results. Every CBD and hemp merchant knows what that is, at least I would hope. But that's a very important piece because that's how you can dictate, hey, this product is a compliant product, or hey, this product is hot, which means it's above 0.3% D9 THC. So, you come to us, we are literally going to walk you to the best path specific to your business's needs. You don't have to guess and check because we are the professionals and we're going to be in your corner.
And then last question, I'm a business owner and I do wait, right? I wait and all of a sudden I kind of put this off, right? How long does this take? If there's a barrier of, oh my God, well, I want to call Vector, but I honestly feel like a little silly because now the deadline's coming up. What should I do?
Yeah, if you wait till the last minute, and don't worry, there'll be a lot of people that do that as well, but if you wait till the last minute, we're talking the end of October, early November, where the impending shutdown is coming from Square specifically, again, don't panic, but get with us, and we typically get approvals done within 2 to 3 business days. So, and that's pretty standard in regards to merchant approvals. High risk is typically double that. But because we know exactly what the underwriters are going to ask for, and we'll tell you exactly that as well. When we get the package, we'll bundle it together, get it right to the underwriter to handle immediately, and then we will work with you to go ahead and get everything reprogrammed, whether on your website or get the new POS or terminal, and we'll have that done ahead of time for you as well. And if you do have a POS and you have a ton of inventory, then you can go ahead and export that over, and we can have any of our point of sale POS partners import it all for you, which will save you a ton of time. So we will handle that across the board.
For a business owner, from like an inventory perspective, and like I use my POS for a lot, right? How does that work when I come to Vector, when it comes to switching?
Yeah, so if you use a point of sale, especially Square point of sale right now in your retail storefront or storefronts, that is a big change regardless of Square shutting everybody down or not. But a key advantage to the processing solutions that we provide, especially on the POS side, is you can export all of your inventory data that you have, all your SKUs, everything since inception within the Square POS, and send it over. And through one of our POS partners, we can actually preload all that inventory and import it for you free of charge. So that'll save you a ton of time, and really one of the biggest hurdles of switching to a new point of sale, regardless of you being forced to do it or not. So that is an important piece that we can help you with. We can help you import everything directly to the POS. It's a very simple process. You literally won't have to do a thing.
All right, when it comes to the CMS that a business is on, like a Wix or a Weebly, how do you treat someone like that versus someone that's using a WooCommerce, for example?
Yeah, so if you're a merchant that uses Weebly or Squarespace or Wix, one of the kind of less agnostic platforms that are out there, we can still help get you approved for a merchant account while you do work to get over to a more agnostic server like WordPress, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, Shopify to an extent as well. Because the type of platforms like Weebly and Squarespace, those are typically proprietary to the mainstream setups like the Squares, the Stripes, the PayPals, and effective November 5th, none of those three are going to service the CBD or hemp industry. So it is imperative as well, no different than the card present POS side, that you do work to move your back-end web platform to a more agnostic setup. And you can get that through WordPress, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, even Shopify, or a custom-made website as well. But that is a very important piece and something that you really should act right away, because that one can take a little bit of time compared to, say, switching a POS. But we can easily get you approved in the meantime, and then once the platform changes, it's a seamless integration right to your website.